For those of you who may not know me, my name is Tori. A little bit about me: I am a digital marketing student and I have been doing content on social media since 2020. It all started with one viral Twitter post. I didn't expect to go viral. I wasn't even 18 yet, and that's when I started posting more consistently, and I realized that the more I shared of me and my thoughts, the more that my community grew. So then I realized I had a great opportunity to leverage this sudden boost in engagement and gravitate that across other platforms. So I started making TikToks and I decided to take a direction in something that I was really passionate about. And I was modeling a lot at the time, and I was very much into fashion and curating different outfits in a sustainable way, in an affordable way. One of my favorite series was all about being able to take regular items of clothing and find different ways to wear them, different ways to style them, and that was one of the projects that did the best. Then I started to cross post. Whatever I would post on TikTok, I would post on Instagram, and then my community grew even more across different platforms. Eventually, I cracked the formula too well, to the point where all I could focus on was the formula: recording content ahead of time, scheduling it ahead of time, posting ahead of time, curating captions, meticulously planning everything out. And I lost the passion, I lost the drive behind wanting to do it. I was also facing a lot of hardships at the time. While my social media was doing well, it still wasn't something that I could live solely off of. And I was having a hard time with my mental health. I was struggling really bad with depression. I couldn't keep a job. I was in an unhealthy relationship. Nothing was going well, and I completely lost the drive and the motivation to continue doing this. I was solely focused on surviving and just trying to make it out without making any choices that could end my life, whether that was literally or figuratively through ways of self-sabotage. I overall was not doing well. And I found that the only thing that revitalized me, the only thing that allowed me to see through that dark tunnel and find some light, was connecting with nature. It was spending time outside. It was letting my bare feet hit the grass and grounding myself and learning some of the most beautiful spiritual lessons, like accepting that we are all connected in this beautiful planet. If the clouds are the seas and the wind hugs the trees and the waves dance for the moon, and the trees are connected and communicate with each other through a root system, we are not exempt from that source. We are not exempt from that connection, and feel like we live in an era of overstimulation, so we don't feel the earth breathing the way that we should. When I noticed those things for the first time, I realized that I wanted to dedicate the rest of my life, I want to commit to heal the earth, because there's this beautiful essence and connection that we have the privilege to experience, but as a species, we are stripping ourselves of that privilege by not adequately caring for the earth. The more I grew passionate towards the earth, the more I grew passionate towards animals, the more I befriended bugs and studied their life cycles, the more I felt like I was called to be a warrior of the earth, be here to help heal the earth. And so I've slowly been pivoting my content to represent all those lessons that I've learned throughout the journey. I knew that if I continued to make fashion content, at some point it would feel inauthentic because I wasn't passionate about it anymore. Simultaneously, I had to accept that me making fashion content was also me promoting one of the biggest polluters in the environment, and it is the fast fashion industry. I no longer want to buy clothing that won't stand the test of time, that I'm going to donate, because just because I donate doesn't mean it's gonna make it back into a home, into somebody's hands. It could very well end up in a landfill. that was one very big step that I took as a conscious consumer, as a person who probably influences consumption. It made me realize that I can't continue promoting this through content. So the pivot wasn't difficult. I started sharing so many lessons that I was learning on my journey. It felt good to be seen as an evolving human being. Now I want to continue to take it a step further. I want to continue to advocate for the health of the earth. I feel like us finding balance within ourselves, within our day-to-day lives, is a really big step, because you can't pour from an empty cup. So now that I've had a chapter within my branding, within my platforms where I've shared so much of myself, I want to continue to share more about the things that I'm passionate about, more about the animals and the lands that we should be protecting. Ever since I found my calling, I thought I would end up in a biomed field and maybe working more hands-on with the rehabilitation of animals. But I figured there's definitely a way to combine what I'm passionate about with what my natural skill set is, which is creating content. It's engaging with community. It's building community through digital means. And I figured, what better way to combine the best of both worlds. So I'm super excited as I continue to embark on this journey, learn more about myself, and also help the people around me learn more about the earth. And if you want to come join me throughout that journey, please feel free to subscribe and follow me on my other platforms so that we can continue to grow, evolve, and heal ourselves, heal the earth together.